I'm Nick Anderson, the writer and director of The Change, and I'm really excited to talk to you about our film. It follows a group of kids trying to survive in this post-apocalyptic world while fighting monsters both without and within. The film is kind of genre blending and blends horror and drama together and has this unique perspective telling it from a kid's view. That vantage point, I think, adds a different dynamic to the film because the kids are living in this post-apocalyptic world, trying to kind of form a family, a unit together, but then also are facing these inevitable issues coming at them.
Pulling up into the parking lot and seeing the makeup tent with these really creepy monsters, and then meeting the whole crew was really nice. It was just very much a family environment, I would say, which made doing my job of acting extremely easy because I felt comfortable there.
The set was, I'm not used to around nature, I'm more used to building cities, so it was very different, which is very good because it's something I can learn new. And to all the cast members, all the crew members, thank you for making another great experience for me.
I'm Skylar Henry. I was the editor for The Change. I was also the first AD on production. I kind of went into it thinking that I would mostly just, be editing the movie, but then once we got into post, it became clear that I was actually going to be doing a lot more things than that. So I wound up doing sound. I did a lot of the Foley work, ADR, color, a lot of things. So I wound up kind of being like a one-man post house for The Change, which was a fantastic experience.
I was always smiling on set. I didn't know what to expect, and if I did expect anything, it was way more complicated than I would have thought it would be.
With most films, you're in one place every day. You know where to go. You're parking. You have the normal setup. You're just kind of used to it. It's very familiar. But with this one, we had so many different locations. Every shoot day was like a mini adventure, figuring out how this location was gonna work. First night shooting at this cabin, around like 4 or 5 or something. It was gonna be a late night. We all knew that. We figured we'd be here till like 11 or something. They were setting up the cabin for the next couple of shots. Everyone's pretty relaxed, ready to go. We were about to get ready to start shooting again, and then the power went out.
We basically got a call about halfway through the day that there had been a fire, and we were told we may have to evacuate. And then we found out subsequently that they were going to shut the power off, and we would no longer have power at the location. And so we had to take a second and debate whether or not we should try to use battery power and keep the shoot going. But I made the call and decided, we should send the kids home for the day and keep everything safe. And so we came back the next day, but in a shoot with minors, our days are already limited in how many hours we can shoot. And so with losing 4 or 5 hours the first day, now we had to suddenly kind of rush and put everything together. And the cast and crew really came together. We were able to take shots and scenes that's supposed to have like 11 shots in them and cut them down to 2 or 3 and just made everything work and we were able to make our day. And so we pulled together something like 140 takes, maybe 150 takes, all within, 4 or 5 hours of what we expected to do. And yeah, we're super proud of the team and pulled off something really, really incredible.
My name's Miles Smythe. I was the co-director of photography alongside Damian Gordon on The Change. It was really fun to share the cinematography responsibilities. Our styles are so similar and we communicate so well. If Damian would camera operate on one scene and I would operate on the next, you can't really tell when you watch the scene that someone else was in charge of that. It was really great to collaborate with Nick Anderson again on The Change, and working with Nick every step of the way in pre-production, we brought his vision to life.
Nick Anderson shared the script, The Change, with me, and after reading it, I was hooked. This world that he created was an unsettling and mysterious world. You're not quite sure what is happening. You're not sure what is to expect, and that's what drawed me into the script, the scope of the script, from the different environments that we'd be going to. One of the cool things about working on The Change is you're working with a lot of people, filmmakers in your local area, and we're all coming together. We're building this community.
Hi, I'm Dalton Morse Jr. I was executive producer on the movie The Change, and was also the music composer. I grew up playing piano, classically trained, moved into other expressions throughout my life. Nick came to me, asked for the composition on The Change, and it turned out wonderful. I remember one time we had already scored about half the movie, and I had the ending already set up, and the director asked if we might rework that a little bit. because there was a very dramatic thing ending to a very soft part of the movie. So it was a matter of transitioning this. So I had a major inspiration in the middle of a bath, I believe, and so I had to run almost up to my studio and quickly compose the main lead part of the song, put it together in the studio, sent it over to the director and editor, and wham, it was a big hit. It was great. It allowed us to close out the movie, and so I love working with Nick Anderson, and we're talking about doing some more filming and some projects together. Very excited about that.
One thing that I wound up doing, when we started out, we had this whole idea for how we wanted the monsters to sound, how they would yell and scream and roar. And initially my thought for that was that I would take animal noises and I would pitch them up or down or distort them or contort them into monstrous noises, and big cats, bears growling and whatnot. And I wrestled around with that for weeks and could not get anything dialed in, and eventually just put a couple of mics up in my house, let my neighbors know that things were going to get weird for a minute, and then screamed a lot. Played with that, pitched that down and up, and that wound up being mostly what we do. I made it about 5 minutes of screaming before my voice gave out, and I texted my neighbor to let her know that it was over. Any further screaming, please inform the police.
We had some unique challenges where we really had to deliver at the highest level, working with such short hours because of the young children on set, and given the amount of camera setups, we just had to bring our A game all the time, and that was a lot of fun. It was a good challenge.
I think that's really what the success was for this film, was everybody didn't have an ego, everybody just wanted to make an awesome product, and I think that's what we achieved here. And I just hope that I get more opportunities to work with Nick, and I'm really looking forward to see what he comes up with next.
I had a great time working on this, and I hope that the next time Nick gets something going, that he looks to me to help him out with it, because I think we really did something cool here, and I'm pretty proud of how it came out.
I really hope you enjoy watching the Change short film. We really put a lot of effort and passion into this project, and please follow along with Sierra Studio Films, Bright Coast Productions. We hope to work with Nick Anderson again.
The entire process of crafting The Change was tough and arduous, but we really are very proud of what we came up with. I couldn't be more happy with the cast and everything they did, and just this amazing film we're going to get to share with audiences.